Hello Bon Bakers and welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, welcome. I share lots of delicious home-style recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. Today we're going to be making impossible quiche. This quiche actually doesn't have any pastry on it, but you can add it as well if you'd like. But this quiche is a delicious light lunch. It also works really well for a quick dinner if you want to whip it up. It takes no time at all, and it also works really well for lunchboxes. So let's get baking. This quiche is like a quiche Lorraine, so it's got the delicious ham and cheese, and I like to add some spinach to mine. But the beauty about this quiche is that you can use leftover ingredients, or you can add different flavors and the types of vegetables that you want to eat in your quiche. Come and check out the ingredients that you are going to need. Over here we have some delicious ham, and I've just chopped that up. I have some mixed herbs, some eggs, a little bit of onion, some cheese, some parmesan cheese as well, which I'm going to sprinkle on the top. Then I have some spinach, some milk, some cream, and over here is some self-raising flour. And if you don't have your own self-raising flour, I have a video about how to make your own, so I'll leave that in the description box below for you. I will also leave the ingredients in the description box below, but for the full recipe to download and print, head to lebonbaker.com. A few other things that you're going to need is a baking dish. You can use a quiche dish. I've got a pie dish here just because I couldn't find my quiche dish, but that'll work well as well. And I've also got here a wooden spoon, a whisk, and a medium-sized mixing bowl. And I'm also got a little bit of oil here just because I need to coat my baking dish, and then turn on your oven to a moderate temperature, about 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, time to coat our baking dish over here with a little bit of oil, and you can use butter, oil, or a spray, whatever you like, just so we coat the inside of the dish. Next up, we are going to add a lot of the drier ingredients to our medium-sized bowl here, and then start to mix that up before we do our wet ingredients. So grab your ham, your cheese, your onion, your spinach, and your mixed herbs. And your flour, don't forget your flour. In goes the ham. And I'm going to use all of this cheese, but keep the parmesan cheese for on the top. Next, our spinach. And I'm just adding in our flour here. And for this section, you can just toss in all of those ingredients into the bowl, and we're just going to combine it and start to stir it now. So go ahead and give it a good old mix. That looks beautiful and well combined, so I'm just going to turn this out now onto our baking dish and sprinkle it all in. Great. I'll just move it around, make sure that it's all evenly dispersed in the dish. And then grab this same empty bowl now, and we'll use this for the wet ingredients. So go ahead and add your eggs, your milk, your cream, and then we'll give it a whisk. Actually, I should be doing my one-handed egg cracks. If you haven't done that before, you should test yourself and have a little video about how you can do that, so check it out. Still got it. In goes the milk. And last but not least, the cream. All right, with this egg mixture, start to give it a good whisk. This looks lovely. So now what we're going to do is just pour this on top of our dry mixture here, and we're just going to drizzle it on top. We're not going to stir it or anything like that. So just make sure it gets all the way around, and then it can go into the oven. It's time for our little quiche here to go into the oven, and it'll probably take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. I'll let you know how long mine takes, but it really just depends on your oven. Off to the oven. While we are waiting for our quiche to cook, it's time to do a few things. One of those is, if you like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Le Bon Baker. It really does help me bring you a new recipe every week. And I also love to hear from you. So if you have time to leave me a comment, make sure you do. The other thing that I like to do during this time when we wait for the baked goods is to read you a nice quote or an inspirational mantra or something that I think will hopefully help you on your journey. So today I'm going to read one of those for you. And I picked out a nice one that I found here. Okay, the quote is, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes that it has gone through to achieve that beauty." And that quote is by Maya Angelou. I hope I said that right. Angelou or Angelou. I think that's a really beautiful quote, and also a really good point to note is that a lot of people, they always admire the end result and, you know, that gratification of achieving something beautiful, but usually it's the journey that it takes to get there, and people don't always often realize the steps that it's taken to get to that point. So a beautiful quote there, and I hope that that might resonate with you in some way as well. Last thing to do while we wait for our quiche to cook is to clean up your dishes. I can smell it, it smells amazing, and it's time to go get our quiche. All right, I have brought my quiche out of the oven after about 35-40 minutes, and I can tell it's all cooked. It's beautiful and golden on top, and it springs back at me. It's not too wobbly, so we are good. And with this, I'm just gonna let it cool a little bit, and it will start to sink a little bit as well. That's totally normal. Don't worry, it's gonna be tasty as. One more thing, at this point when it's just come out of the oven and it's really hot, this is where I sprinkle on the parmesan cheese, and I want it to just melt into the top of the quiche, and it'll make it that extra bit more delicious. I want to show you something. Check out how delicious this little bit of melted parmesan cheese is going to be. It's already started melting around the sides and bubbling, and it's going to be so tasty. That little treat. Now, I don't know about you, but I am hungry, and it's lunchtime, so it's time to cut off a slice and enjoy. The egg looks really nice, light and fluffy, and I can see some of this melted cheese coming through. It's gonna be tasty as. Delicious. So yummy. I love the Italian mixed herbs that are coming through. They're really nice and subtle, and it's just going down really easily. There's a little bit of crispiness from the top of the quiche, and it's coated in that gorgeous parmesan, which gives it a nice salty flavor as well. And then the cheese just melts all the way through it. This quiche is a winner. Hope you enjoy, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. I hope that you love this recipe as much as I do, and I hope you get to enjoy it and make it all the time. I have a new video coming out every single week, so hit that bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.